Hello, Aries, Divine Aries. Welcome to the How to Work Around Collective. This is your reading for July. We're going to talk about love. We're going to talk about health. We're going to talk about wealth. So you're going to want to stay all the way to the end. Um, Let's pray again before your reading. And I felt the most peaceful, blissful energy. Hmm, let's see what we got for you. Let's get right into it. Oh, okay. 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 I'm obsessed already. I like what I'm seeing for you. Okay, we've got all three of your health cards out on the table already. Your love. So that's a big area for you in July. Because that came out like first, and that normally is second. What are you doing for yourself, Aries? You're doing something big. You're getting healthier. What else for love, though? All right, let's start. Let's start. We got the Queen of Swords in reverse. So, but it doesn't feel like bad. This doesn't feel like bad thoughts. It just feels like contemplative. Like I'm thinking a lot about love. It feels existential to a degree. Like I'm thinking just like back, thinking about like a life review kind of thing. Um, but in regards to love and relationships and all different types, who I was then and how I loved and how I've been loved and just a life review of love. But you got the sun with it, which is gorgeous. It's not, it's like beautiful though. Like this is a beautiful, just like reflection on the life you've lived and the life you've loved and the way you've loved and the way you've loved deeply and the way you've been loved deeply. And that's gorgeous. And and it's about the way that you've tried to show up authentically. Um, the way that you've tried to show up in a way that brings something valuable to every person that you encounter, that you've tried to bring and leave something good. It's almost like, I don't know, the words that want to come up are so simple, but they don't need to be elaborate because it is simple. I've just tried to be good, right? I've just tried to treat people well. I've just tried to leave people with something good to think about me, to think about the world, to think about themselves. Tried to be good in relationships. I've tried to do well. And there's a pride, like that, like an achievement feeling, like you don't feel like that's wrong, like that's not inaccurate. Um, you have. You're looking back with kind eyes on your history and on your past and saying, I did do good. I was good. I was a good this. I was a good that. I was a good, child. I was a good friend. I was a good sibling. I was a good whatever you were, employee. I was a good everything. I did my absolute best to be a good everything that I could and leave something positive everywhere that I went. So I don't see any energy of like beating yourself up for anything in the past or anything like that. You're reviewing the beauty of your life and the beauty of the loves that you've had, and the beauty of the love that you've given, and the beauty of the love that you've received. And it makes you very happy. Like I've lived this, man, this was a life well lived. Um, it's a life well lived. It was a life well loved. Life well lived and a life well loved. I think that's going to be the title of your reading, A Life Well Lived and a Life Well Loved. Whoa. And then maybe this is why health is so important right now. I see the Hermit in reverse. So I see that you are wanting to connect more. You want to prioritize love. Like you were like, hey, I did it so well. Like I did the love thing so well. Like I need to just, that has to be like the focus of my life. I'll feel healthier. I'll feel better if I prioritize relationships and love and leaving a legacy of love. I'll feel better for that. Um, one last thing with love. Hang on a second. They're very enmeshed together. These are meshing together. Um, you have possibly been feeling like you did not have much to offer. You have maybe been feeling, this feels historic. It feels like what you've struggled with is feeling like you didn't have much to offer. But now that you're doing this review, that you're in this existential period of review, that you are realizing that it was your presence that really made such a difference, that you didn't have much to give, right? Tangibly or physically or financially or, whatever, like in the ways that you think about like what it means to give. Maybe you didn't have all of that stuff or couldn't give in the way that you dreamt of being able to give. Um, but you always gave. Like when you look back, you realize you gave so much. You realize that your presence mattered so much, and what you did with your time and what you did with love and relationships and how you treated people and how you made people feel and the impact that you made in your lifetime was enormous. And you realize that y you do have something to offer. You do still have something to offer because you're the same person. You still have the same beautiful soul that you had then, you have now. So, of course, you're going to continue to bring value to people's lives. Why would you not? All you have to do is be there and be present and be you authentically, and that brings happiness to you and to other people. Um, and so you're wanting to come out of your shell. Maybe you've been a little bit in your shell and you're like, screw that. I don't want to be in my shell anymore. I'm done with the hermit thing. I'm done being so internal and so contemplative and so stuck inside of myself. And so it's very much like I'm coming out. Oh, I want the world to know. Gotta let it show. I'm coming out. Okay, Aries, and July. I'm the world to know. Gotta let it show. Um, and this doesn't have to be huge, right? It doesn't mean you're like getting on a stage or starting a YouTube channel, okay? This just means I'm getting out of my shell. I'm just gonna reconnect with like being a human being who has human encounters with other human beings. Beautiful, wonderful. Love that for you. Let's do it. Um, and it's a bit of a, this is to do that, you're kind of having like this battle with your subconscious mind. Like there's still these pieces of yourself that kind of want to like stay reclusive or these little belief systems or inner voices that are coming up being like, oh, do not go. I don't want to be where the people are. Like, but you do. You do, and you have to be a healthy person. So we're having a little internal conflict there. Um and something around justice and fairness. Is it fair for me to just pop back in? Is it fair for me to just have been in a shell for all of this time and then just come out of it and be like, hey, I want to rejoin society. Hey, I want to rejoin, um, reconnect and then start being team again, being part of again when I haven't for so long. Is that fair for me to do? And I want to say that it's not fair for you not to. Wait, did that make sense? It's only fair if you do. I'll say it like it's only fair if you do reconnect because you're beloved and you matter and you make an impact. And if you can make such a difference and such an impact in people's lives in such a positive way, it would be unfair for you to not do this. And don't worry about people's feelings. If people have a feel, they're going to be more happy that you reconnected than, and that will override, that will trump any feeling. The only reason that anybody would be upset about the hermit period that you've been in is because they missed you. That's it. They're not upset with you. People missed you, they longed for you, and the only reason anybody would be upset, the only upset feeling anybody is going to have is that they missed you and they wished you would have done it sooner. That's literally it. Who am I talking to? Aries, 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 Aries. Put it in the comments if this is for you. Have you been hermiting for far too long? Have you been like door dashing everything in and like living under a rock? And now it's time to come out in July. July is going to be huge for you. This is going to be so fun. And then you're going to be like, this is what I'm feeling. That was so easy. Oh, that's the bliss. That's the bliss energy I was feeling at the beginning. That was so easy. All I had to do was step over here and then bliss and peace and happiness. What the fuck? You're going to be like, that was available for me the whole time. I was over here living in my shell. I'm like, yeah, it was. It was that easy the whole time. Um, and why you felt, I don't know why. Like there's a big old question mark coming to me as to why you were in this hermit mode. Let me read into that actually. Let me see if we okay. Hey, you're a bad juggler. There was too many things. You're a bad juggler. There was too many things. It was so much. It was so overwhelming. A lot of things happened. Life got really lifey. And maybe I didn't know how to deal with life so dang well. And it seemed like I couldn't juggle everything and I couldn't keep everything together. And everybody else was better at keeping all the things together. And I just sucked at lifing and then so I just didn't. I could yeah. I just didn't because I was a bad juggler and I was just trying to keep all the balls in the air and they kept falling everywhere. I was trying to get them up and I was trying to juggle them and keep the balls in the air and they kept falling down. I had to pick them up and then there was more. I had to juggle more things. And man, life just got so lifey. And boy, is that, and everybody's going to understand that. Okay. Your people are going to understand that because what I want you to know is that maybe they also had trials and tribulations and it wasn't as easy for them either as you might think. Because you're getting like the highlight reel of people's lives, or you think that everything was going really smoothly for them, or that they handle things easily or well, but really they just had like a better support system, or really they were doing therapy the whole time and didn't, or maybe they were going to church and they had like a big support system there that were people were praying for them, and they were more open, or they were actually talking about what they were going through instead of keeping it in. Like there's so many reasons why it might have appeared like other people were juggling things better than you. But that's what I want you to know, is that the spirit wants you to know. But maybe they weren't. They also had lifey things that they were going through. And so that'll be one of the things that you do when you step back into your social group, is catching back up on, like, what have you been going through? Oh my God. And it'll be like, oh my God, you went through all that. I had no idea. And they're going to be doing that to you. You had went through all that. I hadn't. And then you're just reconnecting. You're going to, I feel like this feeling like you're going to pick back up right where you left off with people. And it's going to feel like no time has passed. And it's just going to feel blissful and happy and peaceful. And everything's going to be good. Okay. Don't be scared of this. Let's move to wealth. Wealth, we got some upside downies. That's the technical term. I coined it, I trademarked it. Don't, if you hear any other tarot reader talking about upside downies, they fucking stole it from me. Okay. I say that. They did. It's the upside downy cards. Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, both upside down. So, feeling, get this off my screen. What? Get that off my screen. I can't see the screen. Okay, wait. And why are you not focusing? Focus, camera. Focus, camera. You get a camera with an autofocus, and it treats you like this. Okay. Um, so upside downs. I hate the way this is coming out for you and the way that I'm about to say this, but I'm gonna say it the way that I hear it. So felt poor then. I felt I felt poor then. I feel poor now. It's almost like this, I'm an older version of what I used to be. I felt poor then, I felt poor now, and I'm kind of wondering if I'm always gonna feel poor. Hmm, that's how you know I'm not making this up, because I would have made up a better story. I would have made up a really good story, but like, you're getting rich, bro. You're making $10 million tomorrow. That's I would have made up a really good, a really abundant story for you, Aries. But this is what's kind of, this doesn't even mean it's true. This is a feeling state, anyhow. This is just how your energy is presenting. Okay. I was poor then. I'm poor now. Will I always be poor? All the way till I'm old and die. That is calm down. Okay. So let's see. We're gonna get more cards than that. That just tells the story of what you're feeling, but what is the truth? Okay, so Spirit, what's the truth for Aries around wealth? But that's how you'll know if this is for you, if that's how you've been feeling. And well, never been wealthy, not wealthy now, never gonna be wealthy. I'm just kind of just gonna make, like, accepting that as like the truth. Like, I think you're just like, it's like I'm just trying to make peace with like reality or something. Like maybe this is just how it is. And I just need to be cool with that. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just like can't even believe the way that this comes out sometimes. All right, what is it that we are? What is the truth? What is the advice for Aries around the well? I need three cards to combat this, and they're not getting any. Oh, that's fucking funny. Aries. Maybe it's not such a sad story. Let's see. Maybe it is because no, oh no, I was gonna say no cards are coming. Okay. You're not as restricted as you think you are in terms of money and wealth. New story. Come on. What is the reality? What's the advice? You have to know you're not as restricted as you think you are. There's not as many barriers as you think there are. You're actually you're blind to the reality that's possible for you around wealth because of your own thoughts and your own dualistic thoughts in particular, which means you're this or that thinking, you're black or white thinking that it's either poor or rich. Okay. Actually, there's a lot of stuff in between poor and rich. There's a lot of stuff in between um, a poverty mindset and a wealth mindset. There's like a bajillion stages in between. Um, when somebody goes on and on a journey of like learning, like being in a wealth mindset and like raising their vibration around money and wealth and abundance, there's a lot of steps. There's a lot of steps. There's a lot of little micro adjustments that happen along the way to and you're never done, right? There's always another level of wealth or abundance and another amount of money, right, that we could strive for. I think it's just letting go of this idea that it's rich or poor. Okay. There's not just two options, but one option that we can go ahead and take off the table is poor, right? Because you're not poor. We've already identified that you are wealth in and of itself, and that your sheer existence makes an impact, right? That's a wealthy energy to be somebody who makes a positive impact. So already right there, like you have to take that off the table, right? That completely conflicts with the idea of poverty, being somebody who creates, right? Because wealth is things that are there that are tangible, that are useful. Um, and you create energy. I mean, that's wealthy in and of itself. So you're not as limited as you think you are because you're a creator. And there's not the black and white thinking is not serving you any longer. You need to think more about a span of steps to get there. You're not going to leap from poor to rich thinking overnight. It's going to be a more gradual mindset shift to get you there. Lastly, for wealth, your your intimacy and your closest relationships are what make you wealthy. And this is actually my twin flame card that I have, soulmate card. You, God loves you a lot and puts soul relationships in your life, soul mate, soul level divine relationships in your life. Like you have not had superficial relationships in your life. And that is one of the wealthiest energies that you can have is those all those relationships that we talked about at the beginning where you are making an impact and like your legacy in love is an abundant thing. And you've gotten that in return as well. It's not just something that you've given, it's something that you've also gotten is soul level connections that help you grow and evolve and change and that are reciprocal and beautiful and heaven sent and aligned and divine timing and like you are wealthy. So start speaking that over your life. It's this. It's the way that you connect with people. It's the way that you connect deeply. It's the way that you can be exactly who you are with other people and create these beautiful relationships that are so special and so divine that make you the wealthiest person on the planet, and or feel like the wealthiest person on the planet, because at the end of the day that's what it's all about, right? When we die we can't take our stuff with us. We're not bringing shoes and cars and clothes and houses and whatever with us when we die. It was these type of connections that made our human existence worthwhile. And that, my friend, you have. Okay, Aries. Now we're going to move on to our How to Wear a Crown Divine guidance cards. All of these cards come from, and the wisdoms in them come from my book, How to Wear a Crown, A Practical Guide to Knowing Your Worth by me, Rachel D. Greenwell, except for that I had dark hair then and now I have blonde hair. But that's me. So if you feel like you like my vibe and you like the the vibes on these cards, you might want to take a look at getting the book. All the stuff that you'll need to know for how to get the book is in the description box below, along with how to get merch if you want to support even more and just get cool shit. This is my second design that I ever made for the How to Wear a Crown collection. It says, I know how to wear a crown. Um, this is the sweatshirt version, but there's tank tops and t-shirts. It is July after all. So you're gonna want a tank top to wear out on the boat when you're fishing, and you're gonna want a tank top, to wear over to the beach and out when you're mowing the lawn and like out when you're shopping. I don't know. You want tank top. So let's get tank tops. And anything else that you want to know. So like I do a free 15-minute session just to kind of chit chat and get to know each other if you want to do one-on-one coaching or anything like that. And then like everything else that you could want to know is in the description. So just look at it. Your card is what makes you worthy. That's the overarching energy here. And the underlying energy is trauma, abuse, and worthiness. So after all this blissful, beautiful, amazing stuff, I guess we're going to end with this advice that you need to know that the feeling of lack, the feeling of impoverished, the feeling impoverished, feeling unworthy, feeling like you didn't have an impact, to where now you're at this point in your, or feeling like everybody juggles everything better than me and it's not fair for me to reconnect with people, blah, 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 like all these things, right? Those are low self-worth belief systems. And that can come about from trauma. So we can have low sense of self-worth, not just from things that we can, our sense of self-worth can be affected because of the things that we've done and the things that have been done to us. Okay. And I'm seeing you needing to take a look at the things that have been done to you that would make you feel less worthy, less important. What has been done to you that made you question if you were good enough, that made you question if you were lovable, that made you question if you were as good as other people, that made you question if wealth and abundance and money and things like that were for you. Um, I want to do one more. But sometimes we have to look at those tough things. You shift one of those core belief systems around self-worth, man, and your whole world will shift to where you can see everything brighter than you could see it before. And then we have the overarching energy of remember who you are, self-worth attachments. So, what is it that you are enmeshed with and attached to and overly obsessed with that creates a false sense of self-worth? What I mean by that are these can be like addictions and codependencies and things that we do obsessively that make us feel better about ourselves temporarily, but then don't actually make us feel like better people or like worthy at our core. So maybe working increases my self-esteem, like my work increases my self-esteem. It makes me feel good about myself because I know I'm doing like a good job at something. But at the end of the day, I don't feel good, like a good person. And it's like an overcompensation or something. Like you're working, 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 working because you feel like if I if I do this, then that makes me good enough. If I give people lots of compliments, that makes me good. You know, what are the things that you're saying are like, oh man. And then like at the beginning. So remember when I was pulling this card and we were just talking about like the word good just kept coming up like, oh, I was good. I did good. It was good. I was good. I was a good kid. I was a good employee. I was a good friend. I was a good this. I was a good that. A lot. That's the word good. So I'm feel really feeling like inner child because we're using the word good, like good boy, good girl. What are the things that made you feel like you were bad that you internalized and took with you until now? And so you have to remember who you are. You got attached to that stuff. That stuff got stuck in you. And we gotta remove those things because you're not bad. You're not bad. You weren't bad. You were hurt. Okay. You weren't bad. You were hurt. And then so you've obtained a lot of habits that are obsessive in nature that make you feel better. Okay. As coping skills. And whatever those things are that you do way too much, that take too much of you. And these could be the things that you're spending your time on that are taking you away from having those connections, like we were talking about. That the things that isolate you, that put you in that hermit mode, these are the things that isolate you and disconnect you from other people. Okay. Those are the things that you need to take a look at. Okay. Our time is up, but we've got to, those are the things we need to take a look at. The things that isolate you from others. Um, Obsessive things that isolate you from others. We need to take a look at those and start pulling back from those and replacing those things with a real human connection, and then you'll be golden. Aries, I'm obsessed with you. I love you so much. Guess what? There are three things that I want every single person to know about themselves as they exit my realm. And that is that you are worthy, you are powerful, and you are full of potential. But here's the thing. You got to say it with me. So say it with me. Come here. Come close to the camera. Get all up in here with me. Ready? I am worthy. I was gonna say I'm watching you. I was like, let's let's not make anybody paranoid today. No, just humor me. Okay, say it out loud. Say it with me like we're in the room together. Okay. I am worthy. I am powerful, and I am full of potential. And even if you didn't say it with me, I still love you. Oh, some of y'all didn't. Some of y'all were like, fuck you. I ain't doing that dumb shit. I know you did. I know some of you did. That's okay. I still love you. Come back. Maybe you'll say it next time. I love you so much. You're so fun. It's going to be a good July for you. Check out the description box. Until next time, my beautiful divine Aries, have a wonderful July.